Hello, hello, hello. So we are here with a river from Tasmania all across the globe and a brook here in the UK. And we are two bodies of water here to talk to you today about visibility. And I'm so fucking excited.
Sure, I'm excited for this one, but it's because I know it's your absolute wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah. I've got my Leo in Chiron, Leo midheaven. Like, there's so much in my chart that is just screaming about visibility, and I have so much to say. And I know
I
you have
love
so much to ask. So if you
I
ask,
do.
yes, you go
I
first,
do.
and that
All
will
right.
start us. What do you think of this as this is your time with me? Go, what the fuck do you
Yeah,
want to
of course.
know?
I love this.
Yeah.
Before we start, I also have a Leo midheaven. How interesting in the 10th.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll Google tab that for a later
Well,
conversation.
I did have someone tell me they literally like I think it was I put my chart on my stories once, and within 3 seconds she was like, Leo midheaven is like motivational speaker. You should be a speaker. So if we're
Oh,
both Leo midheavens and we're both
yeah.
speaking, this is absolutely ideal for us.
This podcast could go gangbusters.
Exactly.
Right. Okay. So visibility. Wow. Why is it so hard?
There
Why is
are.
it so hard? And let's put a little some framework around this. Let's talk about visibility when it comes to self. And then we can talk about visibility for communities and things like this as well. But starting with the self, why is visibility, personal visibility, so hard? Hit us
Because
up,
that
Brooke.
because, because that's vulnerable.
Mm.
That's vulnerable. If I open this heart space and I let you see what is in here, that makes me vulnerable. And so many people walk around in their lifetimes with that heart space closed because they think it's keeping them safe. But when that is closed, it's actually stopping things from coming in that are also good, not just
Mm.
shielding yourself from the bad. It's shielding yourself from all the love that you are capable of receiving. So that actually goes into like abundance and things like that. That's another conversation.
Mm.
But letting yourself be seen for who you really are, like, for me, I'd actually find it harder one on one on in person than online, because that is
Interesting.
so vulnerable when you're really like in front of another human being. It's just you and them. There is no cutting the camera, there is no stopping. It's this is you and
No.
me, this is our souls, this is me bearing my soul. There's nowhere for me to go, and that is a
Mm.
really vulnerable place to be, and that takes so much strength to be able to take yourself there, especially to be present with another like that.
This is so interesting because that I can do until the cows come home.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? I never thought about that as visibility, but of course. And I love how you took visibility straight to the heart. Tell me
Mm.
more about that. Like people think visibility, they think being seen. Obviously, it's part of the word, but you're talking visibility from a heart space. So visibility of the true self.
Yeah. It's your true
Yeah.
self. It's showing who you really are. It's your authentic self. And it's having this love and radical acceptance for the truth of who you are and allowing that to be witnessed. And
Mm,
that is such a scope. And we can use that in your, like, if we use you as an example, the truth of who you are inside of you as a non-binary being, that truth
mm,
lived inside of you for so long, but it was came to a point that you were ready to let that be seen and to let that be visible, and that took strength and
mm,
vulnerability and trust in yourself to know that you're okay to let that be
mm,
seen. There is so
mm.
much undercurrent. When people think visibility, they think, just being this loud brash thing on the internet, and it's like, no, this
We can't all be Brooke.
like, you can be loud, you can be fun, but the undercurrent which gives you the strength to show up that way
Mm,
is to letting that softness be seen,
mm,
letting that
mm.
truth be shared. That is the real deep healing work there. If you can
Yes.
do that deep healing work of letting that true self be seen, then the other stuff just comes second nature. It's just a
Mhm.
byproduct of that.
Of your presence. Yeah,
Mm,
so I talk a lot about presence, but I think there's some crossovers there around your presence being enough. So
yeah.
when you're fully present as yourself, you're of course also visible. I have a question around visibility of self now, because
Mm.
this has been a question, obviously, for myself throughout my years. There's been a lot of, um, yeah, self-reflection, introspection, and trying to work it out. And I remember also going to a shaman once, and it got lost in translation several times, but saying, I can't see myself properly. I'm not seeing myself properly. And because I don't see myself properly, I don't treat myself properly. And so I want to
Mm.
ask you about self visibility. How, it's probably a bit of a sideball question, but how important is that? I would think immensely first to be able to see ourselves.
Oh god, yeah. Because if you don't know who
Mm,
you are, there's no foundation. There's no
mm,
foundation there. So if you're just trying to figure out who you are, and it's sort of there is no strong foundation there. If you know who you are, you can see who you truly are. There is a strength in that is unshakable. But
mm,
if you don't know who you are, the wind will blow and you'll fall over. And when you have that, you know what, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, this is my purpose, and you get into the deep strength of it, and you recognize that and see that in yourself, then that becomes unwavering. And when you get that bit right, when the wind blows, you're like, fucking blow.
mm.
Like it's not gonna, well,
Right. We'll get the kites out.
like it doesn't shake you, it doesn't, you like, and
Mm,
that is my favorite rebuke. When you think of something, when you're saying to yourself, if I do this, they'll think this. My favorite rebuttal for that, and,
mm, mm.
and, and
And
what? And,
and what?
and what? Is that the truth of yourself? Is that the truth of who you are? No. And, uh, that,
That's
with
big.
that little tone, that little sassy tone, if you program that into your inner voice, next time you're like, oh, if I do this, they're gonna think this. And
Mm,
like,
mm.
fuck me, it's so like, you like, oh, and what?
Very good. I love the moments you get to with this, where you're just like, I don't have to believe everything I think.
No.
I just don't.
And normally the things you think about yourself, you've adopted from someone else anyway.
Yeah. Total,
But
total conditioning.
the
Here we
truth
are.
the truth of yourself being seen is like, that's not you. And
Mm,
if we can reference Eckhart Tolle, he said, you know, his story, he was so depressed, and he said, I can't live with myself anymore. Like, he wanted to die. But then he had the separation. I can't live with myself anymore. And he's, who is the I and who is myself in this conversation?
interesting.
And then you go, oh shit, that I can't live with myself anymore. These are two different entities. This is two different aspects of myself. And it's like, the
Mm,
I cannot live with myself. The myself is these beliefs and things you've adopted along the way, and experiences that you've told yourself are true that are not. The I is the
mm,
witness to that. And then when you shed all of that shit and you can get to the I, this is who I am, that is completely unshakable. And
that
I know
changes.
you know that kind of presence.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's interesting. I can think of plenty of moments in my own life, but also of people that I know, where visibility was a real stumbling block.
Mm,
Like, to be seen, to be perceived even. And I don't like it still in moments. And I notice it particularly if I'm going through something that requires a lot of my attention and a lot of nuanced understanding. I'm like, I don't want to be perceived while doing this. It's like I don't like to be watched while I'm painting and things like this. I'm just like, I don't want to be. I really enjoy not being perceived.
mm,
And I'm sure some of it has roots in safety and necessity, and self-understanding because it was like that. But where was I going with this question? I can't even, I haven't even asked the question, have I? There wasn't one. That was just a
No.
comment. There we go.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. There are some things that are just for the joy of it, that don't have to be seen. But
Mm,
you know, like I often film myself dancing around because it's fun and I just love having a laugh. But like that is for me. That is
yeah,
me just being in
for
my
you.
body and feeling the joy. Not everything has to be a captured moment, but sometimes when it's a shared moment, when you share that beauty, then you also find connection. When you
Of course.
allow, yeah, and when you allow
Yeah,
these different aspects of you to be seen, people
yeah.
connect to you. And like that was one of the things. So like I did work with a confidence coach, Danny Lent, for 3 months. And one of the
Right.
things he said to me was like, you need to film yourself dancing on camera. And I was like, fuck off. I was like, no, why have I got to do that? And then like I put it off. I kept putting it off, and everyone else had sent theirs that was in the group, and I was like, I don't know if I can
Mm,
do this. I don't know if I can do this. And I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna. Then there's this part of me, this determined part of me, this purposeful part of me, was like, no, you are gonna fucking do it. And you know, I joked to him, and I was like, look, I always give my homework late when I was younger, but I always got top marks. And so I
mm,
fucking delivered it. I delivered it. It was so fucking good. And it's so funny to reflect on that now. So that's probably exactly a year ago now that I felt that way, because so many people know me as like dancing like a loon on the internet and
yeah,
as a fun
exactly.
thing. No one would know I was literally, my asshole was so tight. No one would know that now. But
No, of
it's
course
if
not.
no, but if you want to be visible, you have to grow that muscle. You don't all of a sudden unveil yourself to the world and go, here I am, I'm so confident. Like it takes growth. If you want expansion in your life, if you want that, you have to grow that muscle. You have to expand. If you want your life to truly expand, you have to expand yourself
Mm,
past
it's
your
true.
parameters.
Yeah,
And
push
it's,
push
yeah,
past the limits. Do you think there's merit in faking it till you make it? Is there anything in that? Tell me. What do you
it's
think?
not faking it till you
Right.
make it. I think you move at the pace you are ready, but you do have to move. You do have to take action and
Mm,
to do it imperfectly. So it's not fake it till you make it. It's like, give it a fucking go.
yeah.
Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Like, and,
And I know I
and,
just heard it. I just heard it.
and. Like, I can go back. If you scroll back to the first time I'm on TikTok, I'm so nervous to like videoing myself. I'm so shaky. I'm so whatever. But you don't get to the finale without these little things. And a lot of the time, people are not comfortable just seeing themselves. And that's what puts them off the camera. And that
Yes.
ties into the,
Yes.
witnessing yourself. So many
Mm,
people will like only show their face and not their body because there's so much insecurities and shit they need to heal about that. So many
mm.
people avoid mirrors. So when they're faced with their self on camera, they're like, oh gosh, oh, I don't know what to do.
Wait, people avoid mirrors?
Not us.
I love having a geezer in the mirror. I'm like, I always think of The Sims, you know, when they took a moment to gussy up. I always think of that. I'm like, I'm just gussying up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking. I mean, mind you, that's yeah, that's a practice too, right? So you're right. You have
Yeah.
to move on it because that's decades worth of work to be able to look in a mirror and just gussy up.
Yeah.
Sounds, sounds like a complete waste of time now, but
No, but it's like
you know
people
what I
get
mean?
us. Yeah, some
Yeah.
people are so uncomfortable
Mm,
with who they look at in the mirror, and that's why they're like, I can never be seen. And it's like there's
mm.
things you can do to infuse that confidence in you to move through it.
It's so funny as we're having this conversation because I came to this conversation thinking Brooke is literally the deity on this one, and I'm just going to come along for the ride and ask the questions. And then there's moments where I'm like, No, actually, I'm pretty good with visibility. You watch Schitt's Creek?
No,
Do
I
you know what?
haven't. I need to know. I
Okay,
need to watch this.
damn it. Oh, I was going to use a Moira Rose reference where she basically tells you to take as many nudes of yourself as possible because your body's never going to be younger than when it is right now. And I have no problem doing that because I'm a painter. But it's like being like seeing, I'm good at seeing self. I'm not good
Mm.
at others seeing me. Maybe that's what I'm, maybe that's where some work lies for me. Okay. So I had another question. We've mentioned perfectionism.
Hmm.
Aside from this, what do you think are the greatest hurdles to visibility?
Rejection is a big one.
Right. Right, of
Rejection's,
course.
yeah. So it's like if I show this to the world and then it gets rejected, I'll fucking die. And that's how it feels. Like,
Right. Actually
like,
does a bit.
like I'm being over the top because it does feel that way. It feels
Yeah.
dramatic. It feels like, oh my God, if I show this part of myself to the world and it is not accepted, what will I do then? Like I'll be heartbroken, I'll be sad, I'll be upset. I want to share this part. And if I do it in a way and then it's not accepted, it's not, people don't rejoice, then what? And it's this rejection feeling. And if we, I can see images of, this brings us back to childhood. If we're on the playground and we just want to share a toy or we just want to play a certain game and then people reject us and we go, "Oh, I thought that was a nice idea." Oh, and it makes you feel small and it makes you feel sad and it triggers all of these things. And it's not a small thing to, share aspects of yourself that make you feel a bit nervous. It will
Mm.
trigger that old stuff of, oh, I just wanted to have friends on the playground and now no one wants to play with me. Now I feel sad. Now I feel small. Now I want to retreat into myself.
Mm.
Like all that stuff comes up. So you
Yeah, you're
have to
right.
really be ready to heal these aspects. And it's so important that you do when they come up, because when they do come up, it's like, we're ready to heal this now. We're ready for
Yeah.
this step now.
Yeah.
Like, let's heal this
Absolutely.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Rejection's a
believe
big
this
one.
too. Rejection is a big one. And it's funny how rejection it can be like a really quiet killer.
Yeah. And
To the
especially, I
fear
think, if you think about queerness as well.
that's exactly where I'm coming from. That's where I was
Yeah.
giving it thought. I was like, actually, this feels, yeah.
Yeah. So you
Like,
you
will
you
I be
recognize
literally
that.
reject? Yeah, I do. I really thank you for that. That was a little light bulb moment going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
have you have
rejection's a really
that
big one. Yeah, I
you
have
have
that
that
wound.
lived
Sure.
experience as well of,
Yep.
I have so much fear in my body about sharing this aspect of me. What if I'm
Yep.
rejected by everyone? Like that is such a real thing, and letting
Yeah.
that be seen and visible.
Yep.
Like, oh my God, this
And
could be,
facing it
yeah.
and facing rejection and still moving through it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you know you can
Mm.
do it because you've actually done it
Right.
already.
That's also where I got to. I love these conversations, Brooke. I love how everything is transformative, especially
Yeah.
when we're talking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a big time.
and it's important that you recognize that in yourself, that shit, I've already done this,
That's it.
because then it makes it not so big.
Yeah. Then it's
You're like,
just I've got the
actually,
medicine.
I don't like being perceived because I don't want to be perceived incorrectly. I don't want to be perceived wrongly. This is who I am as a
Mm.
person, and that's how I want to share myself to the world. I might get
Mm.
rejected, I might be perceived wrongly, but then if you're queer, you've already got that muscle in your body. Like, do you know what?
Usually.
I've been perceived wrongly most of my fucking life. Actually,
Yep.
most people already reject me on the basis of who I am.
Yep.
So fuck it.
Yeah. And
and, and,
and what?
and,
I mean, yeah, exactly. Fuck it. Um. Okay. That was an interesting one. Thank you for that.
yeah. But like, don't
Yeah.
don't you feel different?
Makes sense.
Like,
Yeah.
actually, I've already done this.
But
Actually,
yeah.
like, I've
Yeah.
actually got that muscle in my body.
This has to be one of my favorite self. tools anyway, is being like, we've done much more with far less. That's what I say. Like myself, a version of myself comes in when something's going on. I'm like, listen, we have done more with less. Let's go.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
don't, why are we worried about this? This is a small fry.
Yeah.
Small fry. We've been through some shit. This is not it.
Yeah. Like
Like,
this is, you are capable of doing this.
yeah, exactly. Okay. Interesting. Mm. What's a really, I mean, you drop them like they're hot all over the place. What's a really good, simple thing that you found helpful
Well,
in
I
increasing visibility?
it's to do things that boost how you feel.
Right.
Boost how you feel. Like I taught this in my glamour magic masterclass, and I started the class teaching it in just my hoodie and my hair in a bun, and I was like, this is evidence to show you the difference in it, right? And I was like, I just like, there's nothing wrong with just showing up that way, but let me put my Superman cape on and then watch me change, watch me transform, watch the difference it makes in my confidence, and it will change how I sit, how your shoulders go back. Like, people don't just walk on stage. Like, Beyonce doesn't just fucking walk out there and do a show. She will have prayer. She will have things that she does that gets her in the mode, and then she fucking goes. And that's why she's got that alter ego, Sasha Fierce. And like, everyone has that aspect, and you can engage with that. And like, I do it with wigs, and I have so much fun with it now. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm a fiery ginger bitch today. That's how I feel. Red is so my color, and it's also, the root chakra. That is your grounding, that is your strength, that is your safety. You can use color as well to boost you, but it's just doing shit that makes you feel good. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Like, mine is my winged eyeliner, my wigs, and a song that makes me feel like the baddest bitch. And that will make me confident. Like, if you put a song on in your headphones when you walk down the street that makes you
Mhm.
feel like the fucking queen, like, watch how your body changes, how you walk, right?
Yeah.
And you can do that. So if you want to show up on camera or do something, you don't just roll out of bed and do it. I don't. Like, people might think that about me, but that's not the case. I'm like, I'll get myself in the zone. I'll put on whatever hair I feel like today, and I'll make myself feel good. And then when I feel good, that is completely transformative.
And translates.
Yeah.
It
Like,
goes across, it goes through. Yeah.
yeah. And it's so much to do with the body, like with your shoulders back, and with the shoulders back, with that is confidence, but that's also opening that heart space.
I know. I love a heart opener. Oh.
Yeah. And like, when that, like, and that is, that opens that out to receive, that opens up that space really well, and just get like, you know what, I'm ready to go now.
Mm.
And then you just get yourself ready in that way, and then it's like, now I can go. I think there is a misconception as well that like people literally roll out of bed, film something and post it, like that. They will have 50 takes on their phone.
Oh my God. Yes, this. A friend once helped me when I was having a foray into dating after a period of really not. And he had he had an alt Twitter, like he had a whole thing. I was like, babes, how do you get great nudes? Like, how do you get great shots? I just we need to, and he's just like, it's a numbers game.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game. Take 100 shots, pick the one that you like.
Yeah.
And I was like, bloody genius. It works.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
works. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it can
Mm,
also be like, taking photographs of yourself can be harder for people as well, rather than film, because you're moving.
yes. Yep.
Photographs can be difficult for people.
It's
But
true.
the thing that got me, and these are still some of my favorite pictures I've ever taken of myself, is I was sat there on the sofa and I was like, no, I just got this surge over me. And you know what it's like when source tells you to move, you move. And I was like, I'm going to take some fucking hot pictures of myself. I'm going to wear the clothes. And it was like an alter ego moment. I was like, if I thought I was really cool, what would I wear? And like, and my partner jokes about this all the time. He's like, cool people don't say cool. And I was like,
I
no.
love it.
I was like, if I wanted to, if I was a really cool person, what would I wear? If I felt confident enough to wear it, what would I wear? If I was the most confident version of me and I put on my fucking Jamiroquai hat and I was like, right, if I was a supermodel, what would I do? I was like, I would have music playing. So I put on Azealia Banks. Like that exactly.
212.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a ruin you cunt.
That one.
Yeah, that one. I had that blaring. I had my Jamiroquai hat on. I had my good TikTok light on. And I was like, right. And then I got there and I sort of felt a bit frozen. And I was like, if I knew how to pose, how would I pose? And I just started to move my body. And I was like, if I knew what I was doing, what would I do? And I just started to play with it. And I was like, fuck it. And it was just, it was like a role play game, but it was so much more than that because it was like assimilating it into my nervous system. Like, bitch, you can do this. Just saying to yourself, if I was like really good at posing, how would I pose? And I just started to like give. And I was like, oh, this is new.
A really good question. If I knew what I was doing, what would I do?
Yeah. If I was really confident, what would I say?
Right.
If I had no fear of rejection, what would I do?
If people were going to love this, what would I say? What would it be? Yeah.
Yeah. If I had no fear of being rejected, how would I present myself? Mm,
Very interesting.
yeah. If I had no fear of being perceived incorrectly, how would I show up in the world?
Wow.
Like these
That's
big.
I feel personally attacked.
Yeah, this is just a therapy session.
What's going on? I'll charge my card at the end.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, interesting. The if question is really nice. What a great way to play with visibility and self and
Yeah.
expression. I think expression. This is another question I have because we know we've been speaking from anahata and the heart center, coming up to vishuddha and the throat, this energetic center for truth and expression. Do you feel like visibility? And let's not qualify too hard just yet. We can go into that. Do you think there's an element of witch wound, the witch wound, where expression was locked? Yeah, we've got some hands going up here. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because there is, ancestral trauma in your DNA that says if I share this gift, I will not be safe. Right? That is a real serious witch wound that a lot of us have that we don't know where it's come from because it's ancestral. And it's
Mm,
in our DNA, it's in our lineage, and it goes way back. And it says, if I share this gift, I will not be safe.
mm,
And so, but you have to recognize, yes, I am. Yes, I am powerful. Yes, I have this gift. It is safe for me to do this. That's why I'm
mm.
here in this day and age, reincarnated now, because it is now safe for me to share this gift.
Yep.
And it's in the sharing of this gift, you will find your life will expand exponentially. And the good thing
Mm,
is that we can do cellular level healing. We can do that. Like
yep.
we can remove that from the DNA. We can remove that from the cell and we can move beyond it.
Yep. It's quantum, baby.
Exactly. That needs to be on like a hat and a t-shirt. That's so good.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's interesting. I had another question there for a second. Mm. Do you think, in line with witch wounding, do you think people can have trouble with visibility because they're afraid of themselves?
Hmm. I think it's less about a fear of themselves. I think it's more of a fear of not being accepted by those around them if they truly embody their power.
Bam.
Yeah. I think, if I really own that I can do this, if I actually show this to the world and release everything that I can do, I feel like that's going to reverberate and that's going to ruffle some feathers. That's what I think it's more about. rather than,
Mm.
they're not afraid of what they can do. They know what they can do, but they're worried about how that will be challenged or accepted with the people in their lives.
Mm. Interesting. Yeah,
Mm. Because like we both know, we're like, we're fucking powerful. Like we know that about ourselves.
we do. I don't mind admitting there have definitely been moments where I am afraid of what I'm capable of,
Mm.
because we know that power becomes a choice. What you and I do for healing and transformation and rejuvenation and rebuilding and development can be done in the other direction,
It can. Yes.
right? It's a choice. The power becomes a choice. And so to
Mm.
acknowledge that you have strength means you then must wield it responsibly.
Yes. And yeah,
Yeah.
that is a choice. And there are bad witches out there. Like I recently had a thing, um, me and someone else, and I've never had it happen before. And bitch, let me tell you, it will never happen again. That
Ooh.
someone was like siphoning energy, because there are bad witches.
Yeah,
And
and
I
also
would,
I think
yeah,
people can also siphon unconsciously.
yeah, yeah.
Like
And
to
it's
it's
just
just
being very
yeah.
aware of who you let into your energy and having discernment. And like now I'm like, they're gonna have like 3 sit down interviews before you can enter this.
Yes. I would hate to be on the receiving end of the like the
Yeah,
drawbridge coming down on that one.
it
Ooh.
was, it was quite big.
Yeah, it feels like a gong going off, like a bong.
A scythe was involved. It was yeah.
Whoopa. All right, that'll do it,
That'll do it. Yeah, but
folks
it's
and friends. That'll do it.
mm.
Oh, okay. There's so many things. Hang on.
And you can be selfish with this as well. Like, what do you want to ask?
No,
Yeah.
well, I think I have been. I think I really, to be honest, I have been. But I also
Yeah.
believe that these conversations, for whoever listens to them, holds
Mm.
medicine in both directions.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the beauty of this, is
Absolutely.
it's just the questions that I ask are for me and for everyone
Col-
else. And the
yeah.
answers that you give are for you and everyone else. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
The
And it's the
collective
same both ways.
medicine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. It
it is
is.
collective medicine. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. And it makes me, you know, and when I sort of reflect on myself, I get emotional because to be seen as someone that's like, I want to talk to Brooke about visibility because I want to pull her brain about this. I want to find out about this.
Yeah.
I used to hate myself as a teenager. Like the level of loathing was unbelievable. I would not take my picture. I would not be seen by anyone. And like the self loathing was so real. So to now be like reflection of that, looking at who I was to who I am and the transformation and healing that I've been on to get here is enormous. And I feel like yeah, yeah, I feel it in my heart. It feels so much. And it's sort of like you can take a moment to reflect on that and do you know what? Fucking hell. I've come a long way, you know, and it
Yes. And
feels amazing.
might we add a beacon and an icon when it comes to visibility?
But that
leading,
is so,
yeah,
that's
it's
so
true.
beautiful to me. Like to be
But it's
called
true.
a beacon for that is like, oh my
Yeah,
God, my heart. Like that is incredible to me. I love that so
it's
much.
true. It's
Ugh.
true. Okay.
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna try and I like a little like summary kind of vibe where we give away some good juice. Three things that people do. We've got okay, let's practice dancing. Is it dancing in front of a camera? Let's just like get used to
Well,
that for ourselves. Is that a practice?
I would practice is to see yourself in a mirror before that.
Oh, I love that. Let's start with the mirror, babes.
Yeah, mirror work. And like
Mirror work.
mirror work is a serious one and an exercise if you are someone that is really uncomfortable with your body. if there is, you know, body dysmorphia, if there is a lot going on for you, you can do mirror work. And this, whoo, the movements, you can do mirror work. You get right up to a mirror so you can literally just see your eye, and you look in your own eye and you say, I love you. And you just
Mm,
repeat that over and over till there is movement, till you weep and keep going and keep going, till you cry your face off and you keep going. And the movement that creates is unbelievable. Like
wow.
eye to eye with yourself, just going, I love you, and being witness
Mm,
to yourself in that way. Woo,
mm,
that's a big
mm.
one, you know. Yeah.
I feel like I was doing that back in the day when I would have very late nights and be completely out of my mind and my remit, and I'd end up in front of the mirror and I'd be like, "Love you," having a most miserable time, and I'd be like, "Love you." It works. It's good.
Mm.
I understand it's tough. Okay, mirror work. What would be another one then? Another exercise that you would really encourage for, I guess, because I think you have to have a bit of resilience
Yeah.
to
You,
cultivate resilience against like perfectionism, fear of rejection,
yeah.
et cetera.
Yeah.
Is there,
You've
can
got
you
to
think
have,
of any practices that are really like slow burns, quite big builds?
mm, is it's doing it a little step at a time. So, like,
Mm.
you know what? I feel uncomfortable sharing or showing this part of me. I'm going to try it. And even if
Mm.
it doesn't go the way you want it to, you did it. And then the
Yeah.
next time you do it, you can do it a bit more and a bit more,
Yeah.
and it slowly expands. So if you're like, this part of me, I'm a little bit uncomfortable to share, I'm going to share it and let that be witnessed and seen. Let that be visible and give it a go. And just let it
Mm.
expand over and over, whatever that part of you is.
Beautiful. Can I add that this is going to increase the threshold for discomfort too,
Yes. Yes.
which is a really, really beautiful thing to do, is to increase your threshold for discomfort. You're like, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but I'm doing it. And we've
Yeah.
all done it. And I think you're so right to remind us all to look behind us and go, look at all the things we've done that might not seem related, that are absolutely at play here. So, and
Mm. And, and,
I love
yeah.
this so much. You're going to be the voice in my head that's like, and
And,
like,
and.
I think you've done an inception.
Mm.
Okay, right. It's the building of momentum.
Yeah.
It's action precedes inspiration.
Mm.
People think that inspiration is the thing that kicks off action, and it's not. You do the action, and the inspiration starts riding with you.
Yeah, you have to move. You have to
Yep,
move. You
you've
have
got
to
to
take action.
do the thing, and then you realize when you can do the thing and it's getting you somewhere, you start doing more. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like if you
Right,
wanted to start running, if you
right.
try and just do a fucking marathon, you will have a heart attack. It won't work. You need to go for a jog, then you need to go for a longer jog, then you can
Yeah,
start running, and it's just that slow build. Slow
yeah,
build.
you're right. It's like
Slow
anything.
build. Like
It's like
anything.
anything. So, okay, now we are gonna go into me. You ready?
Yeah.
What happens if you just don't want to be visible?
But I see I don't think that's true.
Ah, but okay, there's a power in not being perceived, and there's also a generative force in mystery too. I like both, right?
Yeah. But you don't have to
Like,
share everything with the world. You don't have to get all trauma porn with everything. You don't
oh,
have to get like,
gross,
yeah, like
gross.
you don't have to share every aspect of yourself. It doesn't mean that there can't be mystery about you, but being
I'm
visible,
pretty open book.
yeah, but like I don't think that's true that you don't want to be visible because I've seen
Okay.
you on the internet in your underwear. So don't say that.
I go, is that still up? Yeah, must be. Lol, love it.
So that's probably not the truth. There's probably
No,
some
true, but
layers. Yeah.
But you know what? That's a very tightly controlled kind of, that's a very
Yes.
produced piece. Actually, it's borders on the kind of thing you do with art.
Mm,
Not that it was art, but the background that goes into it. Like, I'm not going to put anything up there that I'm not really happy with. Whereas when you're being authentic and present, less control. So it's
mm,
also a relationship to control, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm going to control how you see me.
Mm, hmm. I mean, I was always devastated that it didn't end up on Tumblr, but
Maybe you should recirculate it, see what happens.
R RIP Tumblr. Um, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, no, okay.
Mm,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
yeah.
I don't think I need to be in, I don't think, I just, I've been sitting with it since, I mean, we connected a year or more. I can't even remember. It feels like ages. It feels like a
Mm,
lifetime or five ago. And
yeah.
I remember you saying then things that I've sat with these things. I'm just like, what is my, because I'm pretty good at self-investigation.
Mm,
A big version of me loves it. I'm like, all right, what is it? Come on, what is it? What's the thing? Let's dig it
yeah.
out. Um, I haven't got the answer yet.
Mm. But
Sometimes it's timing. I'm a big one on timing.
I think, well, yeah, it's you've got to do it when you're ready. The divine
Mm,
timing is a true thing, but I think as well is if you've got something that you've created that you've shown, like you're saying, these are
mm,
very curated. This is the
hmm.
identity that I have shown. If I
Hmm.
start showing this, oh, it's a bit different to that. Oh, that's a little bit different. That's, oh gosh,
Mm,
oh gosh. And especially if you've got this idea of, well, I'm producing things that are like art, and then I start showing it in a way that is imperfect and not quite
mm,
so curated and produced.
mm.
And, you know, you've got this level of how you want to show up. And that's
Yep,
fine. Like,
yep.
make it art if you want to be, like you can do that, why not? But
Yeah.
it's that, you know, if you've been like in media, if you've been doing these things, and you're like, well, if I'm known for this, I need to be that way. And that's
Mm,
not true, because you
mm,
can show up in a different way. And I've done it. So if using myself as an example, so many people know me as like loud and bold and brash and sweary and very like that kind of person. And the thing that I'm now playing with is my softness and
mm,
letting her be seen and witnessed. And because I
mm,
know the version of me that I've shown the world that is very sweary and things like that is a protection piece. That is bravado that keeps this soft, sweet side very safe. And it feels very vulnerable to let her out. If I'm just going to be a little sweetheart, oh gosh, what does that mean? Like that does
such a
live in me.
sweetheart.
That does live
This
in
is
me.
so curious.
Mm,
You and I are coming almost from the, I'm happy with like soft and sweet.
mm.
It's the, it's when I get going, it's when I get on one. I'm like, I don't think people are ready.
No, I
Like,
think they, I
I can be
think people
really,
are
I can
living.
be really like
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
town, out of pocket. I can be really out of pocket.
yeah. But you're an
And I'm,
Aries, babe.
yeah, 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 yeah. With a Sag rising.
Yeah. So it's there, it's in you. It's just honoring those different aspects. So with me,
Mm.
I'm the Sag moon, the Sag Mercury, like the whoa, bold, loud, that part of me I'm very comfortable with. But
Mm.
letting myself be really vulnerable and soft, I'm like, ooh, that feels strange to share. And I'm doing it more now. And I'm like, well, actually, maybe I like a pastel pink. Maybe I'm a little softy, really.
I love it. Yes, we are
Yeah.
more than one thing for sure.
Yes. And
We are
we are
more than
not.
one thing.
You're not a cartoon character. You're not Bart Simpson. You don't need to wear the same shorts and t-shirt for your whole life. You can develop, you can change, and there are many aspects to who you are. And especially, I'm a fucking reflector in human design. I literally change almost every day of the month. Like I'm a new identity throughout
I love it.
as the moon moves, so do I. And you know, one week I am that bitch, and the next week I am horizontal and crying in my cereal, and that's fine. Like
Oh, the
these different
sweet book crying in the
parts.
cereal.
Like these are different aspects, and it's letting I'm moving into the phase now where I'm letting all of me be visible and letting her come out.
Mm,
And that feels it there is I'm like it's a muscle that I'm growing. It feels nervous. It feels different. It's like, oh, but everyone knows me as this. And it's like, and
there it
and
is.
if
There it is.
everyone knows me as that,
And you've got
and
range, babes. We've got range. I love this.
exactly.
It becomes then almost a journey to wholeness
Mm,
rather
mm,
than pushing something out there or doing this. It's like, no, this is a journey to wholeness, to be
yeah.
seen this way too. And in this way, make it okay, not just for myself, but for others. Because I think that is what happens is our expression gives others permission for the same. This is why people love what you
Mm,
do, because suddenly they're like, oh my God,
mm.
she out there looking like Jessica Rabbit. Get me some of that. Right?
I love this
Right?
ginger wig so much. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So then, and I know you say this because this is one of your teachings, is then what you're doing becomes about what you're also giving to others. Like the people that are impacted, transformed, given permission to do this for themselves, then makes it an act of service. So it's
Yeah.
an act of service to be seen.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. It is an act of service
Mm,
to be seen and be witnessed because it gives people permission to do that themselves.
mm, exactly.
And like, especially in queerness as well,
Bam.
especially in queerness.
Yeah,
You know,
queer
for you
communities
to
as well.
show up as your authentic self, this is the body I inhabit, this is the body that I love, this is who I am. That gives
Yeah,
others permission that when they see that, go, okay, if they can love themselves and they can accept themselves as they are, then maybe I can too. And that is medicine.
that is medicine. I believe
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
believe how we show up is, yeah, this is, mm, thank you,
Yeah.
Brooke. Before we do wrap this, I
Yeah.
just want to say then also the importance of witnessing.
Mm,
If for someone to be visible, there is a role for us each to bear witness,
mm,
right? And we bear witness to all sorts of things, but people's expression is a big one. And to hold that with, I think, a practice of non-judgment and mutual celebration, right?
mm,
To and I think we've got to get a lot better at that as a community, as a global community. We've got to get a lot better at witnessing each other and saying yes. Yes to your humanity. Yes to sharing this. Yes to everything it brings. Yes for you doing this work. Well done.
mm. Yeah.
So there's a role when we're not practicing visibility to practice witnessing.
Yeah. And I
Mm.
joke that I'm a forever hype girl. Like there's people that I've known on Instagram for so long, like and they're like, you literally always hype up my stuff. I'm like, I am a forever hype girl. There is no
Mm.
meaning to it other than I want to support you and hype you up. I love it. They're like, I've had people, they're like, you've literally like supported my shit forever. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, does no one else do that? Like, are they just doing it to get your money? Are they just getting it for a sale? Like, that is not
Mm.
who I am. I am a forever hype girl. I will always be like, yes, bitch, and like flame emoji. Like, that is me. I will always be
Yeah,
your hype girl.
I love it. Once
Yeah.
again, a beacon, an icon, not just for visibility, but for witnessing. Here we
Oh, you're
are.
gonna make me cry.
Forever hype girl, Jessica Rabbit, and me. Uh,
Oh,
oh,
wow. There was a lot of medicine in that.
it was. I can't wait
Ooh,
to listen back.
that was incredible. Well, that was
Thank you.
wonderful, amazing. And for everyone listening, I hope that was as much medicine for you as it was for us, because fucking hell, that was big.
Big and beautiful.
Big and beautiful.